You know, it's interesting. The saga of Diddy and Tupac is an example of how energy cannot be created or destroyed, and how no matter how hard you try to manipulate, you cannot create or destroy or change the fundamental laws of the universe. What do I mean by this? Tupac was a shining example of everything that Diddy wanted to be, and he was that naturally. He was charismatic, he was sought after, desired, he was very well liked and a naturally likable person. He was charming, he actually had intrinsic talent, he was a star. He was what Diddy tried to force his way into becoming. Diddy, through force, through manipulation, through fear-mongering, tried to become loved and adored and liked, but all he could manage is like a twisted clone of that he was able to garner through fear. But back to my original point, he thought he triumphed over Tupac by killing him, when actually what he did was make Tupac immortal. And by Diddy continuing to live and earn more wealth and, in his mind, earn more adoration, he thought he triumphed. He thought he won overall. He thought he was able to manipulate the laws and the fabric of the universe just based on his pure, intense desire. But look at the ultimate outcome. Tupac is still more loved, more respected, probably even more so than he would have been had he continued living. And Diddy's reputation, legacy is destroyed. In some ways, Diddy is more dead than Tupac will ever be. And that's the lesson there. The energy cannot be created nor destroyed. No matter how hard you manipulate, you can't change the fundamental laws of the universe.
The Bible says in Song of Solomon 8:6, jealousy is as cruel as the grave. The Quran echoes this, warning us to seek refuge from the evil of the envier when he envies. Jealousy doesn't just hurt you, it buries you. It's a spiritual grave you dig with your own hands. Now here's what psychology tells us. Envy is different from jealousy. Jealousy is, I don't want to lose what I have. Envy is, I want to destroy what you have because I can't have it. This is common in breakups. People kill lovers when they leave them behind for envy. Sociologists Hellman call envy the great leveler. When people can't rise to your level, they pull you down to theirs. This is what we call social comparison theory. When someone sees you have something they believe they deserve, it triggers what sociologists call malicious envy. The desire not to just have what you have, but to see you lose it. This is common in the workplace. People decide that they don't like you. You can't figure out why. They don't want to just dislike you. They want to make sure you lose your job. Now let's talk about Tupac and Diddy. Two different men, two different energies, two different spirits. Tupac was naturally what Diddy had to work to appear to be. You hear me? Tupac was a born superstar, poet, lyricist, activist. His mother was a Black Panther. He came from power to the people. He came from feed the hungry. He came from fight for freedom. Diddy came from hustle culture. Do whatever it takes. Step on whoever you need to. Pimp the game to make it. Sociology calls this cultural capital. Tupac had what some call embodied cultural capital. Knowledge, skills, and values passed down through family and experience. He didn't have to perform authenticity. He was authentic. Diddy had to acquire it. He had to build a brand, dance about it. And when you're building what someone else embodies, that creates what sociologists call status anxiety. You're always performing, always proving, always threatened by the real thing. By 1990, Tupac was already in motion. Poetic justice, juice. John Singleton saw his it factor. The world saw it. Before 25, Pac did what most people won't do in 70 years of life. Live a life of purpose. Nobody looked at Diddy and felt what they felt when they saw Pac. Because one was chosen and the other was envious. There's a psychology to destruction. Here's what research shows. People with malicious envy don't just want to compete, they want to eliminate the competition. Studies from the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology found that envy activates the same brain regions as physical pain. Your success literally hurts them. And hurt people, they hurt people. When you know who you are, when you walk in your purpose, you will attract envy. People will try to kill you. People will try to take you out. But here's the real danger. The devil will try to make sure you take yourself out. When you're special, you don't just fight the hate outside, you fight the hate inside. Psychologists calls this internalized oppression. When the hate becomes so loud, you start believing it yourself. Depression, self-doubt, self-destruction. That's the real weapon. Guard your spirit, protect your energy, understand the systems at play, spiritual, psychological, and social, and never let jealousy bury you, because the grave is patient and envy is the shovel. I'm Madam President with a Z. I'm 100% politically incorrect. I'm here to finish what Harriet started, move or die. Also, I wrote a book, How to Survive a Trump America.
what's up? It's Mr. Man. This video is interesting, man. So a lot of people are saying that Diddy got something to do with Tupac getting killed. Diddy was always jealous of Tupac and Biggie Smalls, man. Biggie Smalls and Tupac were two hip-hop legends, and Diddy always wanted that spotlight. That's why he always be dancing in all of the video, trying to get all of the credit of everything that was going on. Suge Knight said the same shit about Diddy. He was always jealous of that role. So understand that I believe that he would have get Tupac killed so that he can get him out of the way and get Biggie Smalls out of the way so that they can control the industry. So after everything happened, Diddy and Jay-Z take over and control everything what is going on, all of the record deals, all of the artists. There were some real gatekeepers in this industry, man. So understand that a lot of people are saying that Diddy put up $1 million to get Tupac and Suge Knight killed. So I believe that Diddy got something to do with that shit, man. Because he was saying a lot of slick shit, even in songs, that he would just put a $1 million on people head and get them laced. I will make you disappear. So Diddy been saying this for so long. So a lot of people been saying that Diddy was always an instigator. He might not pull the trigger, but he know the people to get it done. So a lot of people are saying that he got Tupac blood on his shoulder and Biggie Smalls, because Biggie Smalls' car was parked when he got killed. So I don't understand. Tupac just lost his life a couple months ago, and then you're gonna cry Biggie Smalls to the same place, and he can't even walk on his own 2 feet. So I don't understand why he would do that shit. You risk your own artist, your number one artist. So understand, when Tupac died, all of the albums fell off the shelf. Everything sold off when time comes to Tupac. So Diddy saw that strategy and did the same thing. He make it look like an accident so that Biggie Smalls can get killed out there. So now everyone is gonna say that it's because of the Tupac situation. Everyone is frustrated. Everyone is mourning the loss of Tupac Shakur. So they got Biggie Smalls killed so that they can get their lick back. But when Diddy is gonna do all of this stuff, all of the crime that he been doing all of these years, they need to investigate if he really got something to do with Tupac getting killed. Because this is not mysterious. Why would your name be implicated so much and no one can prove the shit all now? So I believe that ninja did that shit, man. And we need to hold him accountable. He got those ninjas killed so that he can control the industry, so that he can get all of the spotlight. So Diddy is just a sucker that we need to hold accountable, because he thought that he was untouchable, like he was God. He think that he could have walked on water and do all of this shit and just get away. But it is what it is, man. It's Mr. Man. Have a blessed day.
Y'all, I thought the Diddy documentary was a little boring, and I think that tells us a lot about how we construct evil and the way that we create the devil figure to avoid looking at the system. For a character to not fall flat, they need to be making decisions that are surprising to you, that change and evolve, right? This documentary shows decades of decisions, but at every single crossroad, every fork in the road when he could have chosen differently, he picked the same thing. Do you pay your artists or do you exploit their contracts? Exploit. Do you honor your business partners or do you cut them out? You cut them out. Do you respect boundaries or do you violate them? Violate them. Do you mentor someone or exploit them sexually? Exploit them sexually. When someone speaks up, do you listen? Do you silence? Silence. Do you make amends or do you deny an attack? You deny an attack. It's very fucking predictable. And it's true, the devil figure doesn't need elaborate schemes when patriarchy, capitalism, and hierarchical power structures already deliver exploitation on a massive scale. Why bother with clever temptation when you can just be a powerful man in an industry that protects powerful men? The system is already set up to enable exactly this kind of abuse. The devil does not need to be creative when the system is doing the work. Diddy didn't invent this playbook. It's Harvey Weinstein, it's R. Kelly, it's Epstein, it's the Orange Man, it's every megachurch pastor who's been exposed. When we construct the devil figure, we place all the possibilities of evil onto this one figure, the goat, the devil, the bad man, and drive them out so the community doesn't have to change. So we don't have to examine patriarchy, capitalism, white supremacy empire. We need Satan to carry all of the sins possible so we don't have to dismantle the systems that actually produce this harm. Diddy's whole aesthetic was prosperity gospel without Jesus. The wealth is proof of blessing, of empire building, and his abuse is just what happens when the logic plays out. Some people get blessed, which requires other people to be sacrificed. We want to believe that abusers are exceptionally complex, uniquely evil, monstrous, mysterious. We make them fascinating because if they were just an ordinary man, following ordinary patterns of power, then we have to actually ask the difficult question. What does that say about power itself? We make the devil fascinating to avoid confronting the boring structural violence of the systems that we all participate in. That's the real theological problem. Not that evil exists, but we'd rather create one demon, make one Satan, than look at how these harmful systems consistently produce the same patterns of violence. We create the devil so we don't have to face the God we created out of power itself. Stop centering the abuser. Start dismantling the system. Because the system that produced Diddy is still running, still selecting the next man who will make the same choices. If you enjoyed this, I invite you to join my Patreon community where we are doing monthly deconstruction and reconstruction of women in the Bible. I also teach a course called Faith Deconstruction 101, Leaving the Church Without Losing Yourself. The links are you know where.